Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it. This is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. But I want to bring your attention to a show that I'm going to be having tonight. It's going to be very interesting. I'm encouraging all of you, those of you that are listening to this video, to tune in tonight, because perhaps this might be some of the reason why we have all of the mess that is going on in our own country. Because you have to listen to these things. These things, the trouble we've been having in Liberia didn't start overnight. These are things that's been happening from time to time. There are those who came before us, past generation, failed to recognize these things, and will continue to repeat them. And because we ourselves have not yet able to recognize and see if these things can be rectified, so that this country, beautiful country of ours, can be built just by our hands as Liberian. It doesn't matter who you are at this point. Concord country, it doesn't even exist anymore. We're all one another. We're all one country, one people. But if we do not understand why these things are happening to us, we're most likely not going to be able to find solution. So I ask you tonight to join me.
Yet, how does one begin to help people who swim on their own flooded streets to voting booths to vote incompetent criminals back into office?
Yes, that is a big question we all have to answer. How do you help people who will go to the voting booth swimming in their own flooded streets just to vote people in offices who are incompetent? And those incompetent people that are being voted in offices will also appoint people who are also incompetent. So this is like a big deal. How do we help our brothers and sisters to make sure that their voting rights are utilized effectively? They have the voting cards. They must be told how important their voting cards are to all of us. And so I'm saying those of us that have this platform, this is not time for hate. You don't come into this because you hate. You must do all you can to educate the voters themselves, how important their voting cards are. Because if their vote our leaders being able to do what is right for our people. Join me this evening as I try to explore this particular question and many more that will be coming. Join me this evening at 8 Eastern Time, 5 Pacific, where we will take on this question and be able to see how much we can go. With your help, we, the Liberian people, will be able to educate our brothers and sisters that have the right to vote whoever they want, but they must do so with responsibility. This is Samson Toll, Liberian Public Radio. Thank you very much.
C'est autisme-ma, encore une autre fidèle qui l'Amérique n'a pas loupé nous. Quand il reste Sylvie, il a quoi qui j'ai loupé presse. L'Amérique n'a pas loupé, t'as mon bien de moi avec moi, nous deux. En ce moment, on va battre au moins, néo. Mon temps dit, t'as mon mounier, on s'est abattu pour moi, il pleure. C'est là l'occasion.
Doing anything, the people getting amended. And there will be from 2005 to date. We're all doing anything. I've done something. Trust me. I'll be re-elected. You understand? So you don't need to fight. You don't need to destroy your country. You don't need to even condemn your country. You have to be inspired, peacefully, and then convince the people, persuade people. Politics is about persuasion. And it's about what you have done for your people. I have done so much that I don't need pay for. You know why I don't need pay for? Because Liberians love me and they promoted me when I was on a soccer page. You understand? And they were proud to be Liberian when I was on a soccer page. And I've done my best for my country. I'm a former peace ambassador. It doesn't matter what people say. I'm on record.
Yao, abela lokeyo, bivito jogbai, bivito nomba, matisi mokeyo. Manager Gigi, ouais que jamais forcé ou, si tu connais, tu connais. L'animateur Choco Noska Yassen de Toyebi, l'homme a tout fait pour Mivito, Aniche les deux.
Henry, I can tell you the problem of this country with respect to prices, with respect to health, with respect to education, and largely tied to roads. There are no roads. You don't see opportunities where they should be when you don't have roads. From up to 173 years, we only have one road. How do you know what is happening in Bapolu when you don't have roads? You don't go there. The prices of goods, commodities on the market are high because to get them to where they are needed. So there's no way you can, when I talk about road, I'm not talking about putting road on the sidewalk in Monrovia, $50,000 road and make it $3 million. We're talking about roads that will open up the country. We're talking about roads that will open up opportunities, roads that will get businesses going and dependency reduced because people believe their goods and commodities can get to the market. That's what we're talking about.
But we'll prosecute and will confiscate assets that people steal and acquire by illicit means. I often say that in Liberia, when people get caught, they send their wife, they send their children, they send their relatives, whatever, to come and beg. I'm saying the Liberian people, don't come and beg. You know, don't come and tell me, oh, stand to help you get elected. He talked nice about you on the radio station. Now he's stealing, so forgive him. Stanley should have known when he was stealing that we're going to punish him. So there's going to be consequences. That's the first thing. Then we have to make sure we're paying people a living wage. So we did the arithmetic, we did the math in 2017 that when you look at policeman's salary or healthcare worker's salary or teacher's salary, by the middle of the month, the money finished. By the time they pay rent, they buy food, they pay the children to eat, and of course, they're not going to starve, right? So the policeman will pull you over, the teacher will accept bribe to change grades.
Good evening, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. We're here again this evening. We say thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you very much, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. We're here a few more days, just a few more days, folks. And our brothers and sisters that have the power to change our lives, that have the power to do what they think is right, to have the power, they have the power to tell us who they want for the leader, because we're here. We can preach, we can say whatever we want to say. In few days, they will tell us. They will tell us. Again, safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. My Lord, we put in your hands, we put the families of those who died because of the election process. We pray that their family will see peace. My Lord, I want to thank you also for guiding the process so far. We pray that you will continue to guide the process. We pray that you will have the leaders of the Republic of Liberia in your hands. We pray that the opposition leader will be in your hands. My Lord, we ask you to please wrap your hands and your arms all around the Republic of Liberia. We're going to be having an election. There are those who predicting, but they are not God. They are not you. No one can predict. They are not you. You know. So all we have to do is turn to you and pray for a peaceful outcome, because that's what we deserve and that's what we want. My Lord, I don't want to use the word entitled, because you tell us what you want us to have. We thank you. We'll pray for what we want, but ultimately it's you who make that final decision. And we thank you for that. We will continue to pray to you. We will continue to come to you and kneel before you and pray for the country of Liberia and its people. Bless the leader, the president of the Republic of Liberia. Bless the opposition leaders of the Republic of Liberia. We put everyone in your hand against this evening, my Lord. We ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America, in your hand as well. Thank you. Amen. All right, folks. Tonight, I'm not here to preach politics or what have you, to say what. I just put it out there, and I'll put my number up right away to see who wants to call. The question is, who do you think gonna win and why? It's your turn. I've been doing a lot of talking here. It's your turn to talk and tell me what you think. The phone is connected. Give me a call. And what do you think? Why you think X, Y, Z, or even Samson Toe is entitled and will win? Tell us. tell us. Let's do it with respect. Even if you don't like opposition, even if you don't like imposition, they must be treated fairly and respectfully. No condemnation of bad words or whatever will be tolerated here tonight. If anybody comes here and make a comment that I feel uncomfortable with, all I have to do is just click and you'll be gone. So please, let's respect each other's view. Let's respect whatever it is that we want to say it with respect and with responsibility. Responsibility, yes, but we'll engage you. So let's go ahead. Somebody give me a call here, 916-533-204. Oh, Madam Yoe, good evening, Madam. Good evening to you as well. Thanks for watching us. We appreciate it. Okay, folks, let me put a number up again. Give me a call. That's the number. Let's see if we can pin that number. I don't know. Does it pin? No, doesn't it pin? Mr. So, if you're listening, please pin my number. Mr. So, if you're listening, please pin my number if you want to keep your job. No. I said that I'm not going to fight with anybody here tonight. So, Mr. So, just a joke. You got your job for life. I'm not saying anything. So, just pin my number, please, if you don't mind. Pin my number. Your job is safe, secure. Pin my number, please. Again, folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Give me a call here. As far as the election is concerned, from everything indication, I think this election is going to come down to the wire. I'm not going to fool myself to say because I cannot, and I don't believe that I want to depend on the crowd business in Liberia. So even right now, when I go to the International Stadium, I will pack it as long as I have the prestige and the money and T-shirt and things like that, I will pack it. But so even me, they don't even know me. But when I say something to come into the stadium, at the International Stadium, I will pack it. I play on that field, I think one or twice. Let me think. Yeah, we got flocked by Shadow Tower, plenty to 0. Then we got flocked by Wellhurst, plenty to 0. Then we play Sanford Denny. Was it Sanford Denny? There's this. What's that school that is Haladukle or Haladukle or something like that? There's this guy that got the hair got chapter right there by the central how do you call it, Central Cemetery over there. Whatever it is, we play them, we beat them, and we play another team from across the bridge. Wilson High, that is, folks, one of the best high school ever in the Republic of Liberia, or better than any other high school in Liberia. Can just talk about Wilson. When I went home recently, I went to the place, I saw the building. I'm like, is this a building? In the morning, I run to, and then they climb the steps and go sit down in the building. Looked like, anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, Tobasi, don't write. Call me. Who you think gonna win the election and why? Give me a call. Let the people hear your voice too now. And folks, this guy, one we call big gentle man. He's big, very big, huge, but very gentle. I did not see, I met him, and very gentle. I can say that. But anyhow, let's go on. So for me, I don't see any that they are one round talk. They talk that something else talk that I'm on talk. I don't want to call it liquor talk, but that's something else talk that I'm on to talk. Because I don't believe anybody will win this thing with one round process in one round. No, it's not gonna happen. Even here's what my concern is. My concern is this. Any one of these people, President Weah, Ambassador Bakai, and even Honorable Comey, I don't believe any of them will accept losing by 10 percent point. I don't think so. So how do we get from here to there? It's something Folks, my number is out there. Give me a call, 916-533-2048, and tell me why you think. I don't want to be here, me talking Tabata all night. If I can't get a call, I got what you call, Mr. So I threatened already to fire me if I can't get engaged here tonight. I just say, you know what, folks, good night, a good day. I mean, that's about it. But anyway. So one round win is not possible. This election, Liberians will decide. We can sit here like I've been doing, making big mouth here every day, talking Tabata all day. They want president. We are there, president. We are that. At this point, people have already made up their mind. So all that Tabata Samson told, rescue, and then got one of the best in the whole world. The people have already made up their mind. So I can stay here all night and talk Tabata until you know what. But that's not the issue. I'm hoping those of you that made up your mind, we appreciate it. Those of you that are going to even take your time to go vote. Thank you. Thank you for putting Liberia on the map. Thank you. It doesn't matter how old you are. The free exercises that you continue to carry out by going out on a voting day to cast your vote, we want to thank you. We want to thank you. It doesn't matter who you're going to be voting for. I take off my hat to you. Because that's something that in years to come, Liberian will continue to look upon this particular process, and they will continue to repeat it because you have established a history. And I want to acknowledge that. And I want to thank you for that. Many of you that are listening in Liberia or that will listen to this later on in Liberia, I say here, I talk Tabata, it's election time. We're running campaign. Campaign, for me, campaign is over. It's time now to turn to you, the voter. Why you're still holding your card, maybe you haven't decided yet, or whatever, it's up to you. That's not my issue here tonight. I just want to lay before you and say thank you. I bow with unworthy. I bow to you and say thank you. By God's grace, by God's help, you will be able to exercise the franchise. You will be able to exercise freely. Decide who. I don't care what I get you $50 or bag of rice or chicken soup or whatever, or my bimbo. That's not the point here tonight. Even if you vote based on chicken soup, it's free for me. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, people in Maryland County. I want to thank you, people in Sino County. I want to thank you, people in Monserrato County. Oh, yes. Monserrato County. Nima County. Thank you. Grand Cape Mark County, Lofa County. Thank you. Grand Jida, thank you. Because of you, we are here. Because of you, things that you do make us proud as Liberian. Bapolu, thank you. Grand Bassa, oh my goodness, thank you. River says, thank you. Yes. You guys are just so wonderful. For me, at this point, it doesn't matter who you're going to be voting for. But the mere fact that you're going to take upon yourself to leave your house in the money and go to vote, that's something that is already for me is good. It's good. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you very much. Because that's something that we ourselves, those of us that are here in the diaspora making all these big mouths, we're not there. We're not there. And I want to thank you. We also want to say to you, all of you that are going to go out and vote, whatever you do, please. Who invite you? Okay, I said, I'm not going to fight with you tonight. That's fine. I coming for you, but no, I will not fight with you, folks. I'm not going to fight with you. But anyhow, on a very serious note, Liberians, thank you. what you do, how you exercise your right to vote, whoever you picked, whatever you're going to pick, it will put Liberia on the map. Because you're not picking that person through the barrel of gun. You're picking that person by going out in a place, put it, whatever process they have. You're going to follow that process, and that person will be winner. Now, if you're done with your job, and these so-called leaders start fighting among themselves because of your vote, your job is done. If they're going to try to disgrace us, you put Liberia on the map, and because of their greed, because of their greed for power, they decide they will bring us down. You're done your job. You're done your job. And I want to thank you. I'm not going to worry, and I don't want you to worry about it. If these big shots, the big people that want to lead us, if they can't see reason that many of you will walk in the rain, walk in the sun, walk on your bare feet in the villages and go to places to cast your vote, and if they're going to fight over that, then you have done your job. I want to thank you for that. Again, folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Give me a call, Mr. So. Good evening to you. How you doing?
You done talking?
Damasho. I'm in complete control. And I in Liberia, I pack you right away in the bike. In the bike. Good evening. Welcome to Samson To Conversation with Samson To on LPR. Mr. So, good evening. Welcome. Mr. CEO, good evening. Welcome.
You don't have to welcome me. I'm already here.
Oh, wait.
You were the same person you told me Christopher is this, that, and that Christopher is you.
Oh, man. Don't start that kind of, I met this young man in I call it Farco. This young man, big guy. But he shook my hand. He could have squeezed my hand, and I would have been on my knees. But he shook my hand. He's a gentleman. He could have pulled, but not when I shake my, you know how you shake your hand, and my arm would have been pulled out of my body. Because he's very strong too. Just by shaking his hand. But he was very gentle. So I just want to point that out. But anyhow, Mr. So, the election let's take this to the next level here this evening. Let's have conversation about the upcoming election. I'm not here to run campaign anymore. First of all, I'm asking anybody that called, all the question that I'm asking is who they think they're going to win. But for you and myself here this evening, let's discuss the process. If this voter goes out and cast their vote, doesn't matter whoever they're going to choose to, and these political leaders decide to fight over this thing, who then will be the blame person in terms of trying to put Liberia down? Is Mantabata on fad or no?
You are far from reality, and let me just disabuse some of the things.
Here we go. Conservative now.
Your intro in this in tonight program. You as a radio anchor sits behind the microphone to inform, to educate, to advocate for a transparent process.
But who not?
You are running Clement.
You come here with all your big English here. That's why I did.
Hold on. I come in. To inform, to educate, and to create an awareness. It doesn't matter. You took aside. You're not even neutral into this thing here. So it's a hypocrisy.
So I put that aside.
You can't put that aside. Now, when you started here from day one, and then you have 6 days to the process.
Why you want to try to?
Okay, no, hold on. You know, all of you guys, most of you radio hosts and so-called radio hosts, and you're propagandists for these people. You know, you sit down, you plead, you talk about them, you promote them, you say all
who running the show? Why are you inviting people without my knowledge Yeah, you're not gonna get on me here tonight. You're not starting now. Mother gonna start following your footstep, and then you two gonna start taking this.
Will you
I
please
came
allow
out
me? Let
here.
me speak, Mama. We don't
Yeah, but
sanction voices on this network. You
I
know the
do,
provision of this network.
I do.
Okay, yeah, and this is why I'm going to expose you. Every night you appear on this network from start to finish, you always told the sedition to put their foot in your mouth, but you can put
Why
your
you want to
foot
bring
in your throat.
CDC people and myself? We're friendly right
no,
now.
yeah, because this is I'm sick and tired of the sort of games you've been playing here. Why will you come and sit here? Oh, if these people win, I don't think they will accept. What are you talking about? What are you pushing? What are you sending out there?
Mr. So, I have an opinion. I can express it.
No, your opinion your opinion must be expressed outside of a public domain where you sit. You
Then what
tell
good
people
is it?
your
When
candidate
I'm gonna express my opinion to my wife, my
for
children?
you to come and sit here and say you expressing the sort of opinion, that's dangerous for our country. It is absurd. So I don't agree with you on that.
Tonight, I'm not going to fight with anybody. I just want to
Why you don't
appreciate it,
want to
like
give me a
brown
chance to
people.
talk? Why you don't want? What's your fear? Why you don't want to give me a chance to talk? Our job here, I do agree, people, and I've been saying that you have sedition, you have unity party people, the C crowd, so they are all drunk going on. It is all over. All we need to do is argue here. We want a free, fair, transparent process, and all of these participating parties, they must make sure that they are pool washer. They are involved. Let allow the election commission to create a free and fair process. I don't care. Somebody say because they think they're supposed to win, so it means they're supposed to win. No. If you're supposed to win, you get it numbers, we will see it. If you don't win, you don't win. You have to accept the result. We are not going to create a convoluted situation here like you are doing. Oh, it is once a day. I don't think CDC will say, well, why they can't say? Why were you think Unity Party will not say? Yes, this is no one entitlement.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me just say thank you. Mali, good evening. I don't know whether you are listening. My thing is, I thank the Liberian people for they will be going to the poll in few days, and whatever happened for me, they have put Liberians on the map, not by the battle of electing somebody, not through the
whatever
battle.
Happened? Whatever happened? What?
Mr.
What happened?
So, Jesus, my goodness. Okay, folks, let him enjoy himself. I got medicine for him. Let him enjoy himself. Let the man enjoy himself. Let him enjoy himself.
No, I just want to be honest. You say whatever happened. Don't people come here to take their precious time?
So why you want to you want to teach a man how to talk? This that you do the kind of
your old man, your old people.
You see,
your old people, you're full of trouble.
See the Brigable style, our old people business. You know, style Brigable say when you talk, you can listen to you and tell you how old you are without seeing that style own here. But anyway, that's not the issue, Mister. So let me go on with the show. I'm not in the mood of fighting tonight. I'm not in the mood of fighting with anybody here tonight. You can even bring Emo Joyce.
You see what I did to Kevin McCarthy, right?
But I told you were threatening me all day. You not bring it here again.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead.
No, but Maris, as I was saying, I really appreciate the Liberian people, the fact that they will go out in a few days to elect the leader. Whoever they're going to elect, we will respect that. We will accept that. Whoever they put out there for me. But what I was saying is that I really appreciate them for exercising that right without they're going to be electing someone without doing it through the barrel of the gun. They're doing it strictly based on who they believe will lead them. And I want to really, really appreciate them and say thank you for putting Liberia on the map. We might not agree with it, but whoever they decide to put out there and that person win, that's the person I will obey. That's the person I will respect because that's the wishes of the Liberian people. And so tonight, I'm not, if anybody called for the caller, my question to them, who's winning and why? And who do you think will win and why? That's the question that I have for the audience here tonight. But for you, Mr. Bale, what's on your plate?
Well, there are two things on my plate tonight.
Why
first thing is-
you coming now and Mr. So now lay out the groundwork? You coming with a bass. You're not your voice are not usually bass. You don't have that much bass. Why you putting bass in your voice tonight?
Yeah, because we are gearing closer to election now, so everything is changing.
Jesus. I'm glad you're not in like, bro. You ain't enjoying like, bro. My goodness. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I want to extend my condolences to those guys that died in Foya.
Yeah.
And I took my time today to go through the Justice Minister's recipe for peace.
Mm-hmm.
I think his recipe for peace is going to add to more problem than the peace he hoped to achieve.
How
because,
is it?
Yes, in the third phase of his analysis, his proposal, he intends to send the military if he don't come to Foya. And I think he's still promoting the culture of impunity in Liberia, this justice minister. This is why something are not being solved in Liberia. This is something that has happened. What I expected the justice minister to do to investigate the thing thoroughly, hold Thomas of Fala and the other rivalry head accountable, bring them to Morovia and have them investigated first. And let's see who is the culprit that responsible for the death of these people and how the whole thing happened. And if possible, you charge people and send them to court. Then the second phase now will be talking about how do we secure the election? Because it's not on the foyer. They think could spark up in most of the counties. You see, I went to see Fala on the side of the story, but he been very defiant. He been very, absolute. He been challenging. He been threatening. Then our peace come about. They doing all these things because we are having the culture of impunity in Liberia. So sending the army there is not the solution right now. The solution here is what happened, who is responsible, and who goes to court, and who should be charged. That's the first part. The second part is I noticed the education minister in New Dawn newspaper, he said part of their criteria to bring quality education to Liberia is to go bring teachers from Nigeria. So they have about 24 teachers in Nigeria now, from Nigeria to help the very public school. That is not the solution for our educational crisis. And you want to help us get the people, send them for training, and let it come back and train other people. So we'll go into the detail later on.
You finish?
I finish.
My own tonight, what I here for? I here to tell the Liberian people thank you. I'm here for all the other stuff that they are not involved in their investigation. The Minister of Education want to bring hundreds of people doing whatever they're trying to do over there, that's their problem. My thing is, I want to thank the Liberian people on this show tonight. I want also
that's a sad story.
For going to the poll to elect our next leader.
Have they gone to the poll?
Mr. So that doesn't mean I can't thank them for the effort, what they're doing. What's your what next to you? What's on your mind now? Now you finish Chakline all my show now.
Who are you and what you really represent on this network?
You want to know? You want to know?
The audience want to know.
I ask you a question. Do you want to know? And just say yeah, and then yes, the floor get open.
I want to know, so I will know how to process your way of doing things here. Who are you and what you really represent? What is your ultimate goal as a chief facilitator, one of the facilitators on this network?
Okay. Yeah, Mr. So for the purpose of the record, there are 14 teachers, not 24. Just want to
Okay.
make that
Thank
correction.
Thank you.
So your own say will not catch you too. If you come and tell us.
When they finish making flour, then they come and jump on me, folks.
No, we try to be authentic. Only on two, he say he hanking like some sort of garden. We don't know where. One day he put a 4 on the other side, then he take it out to who will find out. Who will find out before the 10th. Look, yeah, Mr. To. Oh, look, on a serious note, at this point in time, all of us that sits behind the microphones, I am one of those believe in election credibility until it's proven wrong. So our job, yes, you can tell people thank you. The process has not started. Part of our responsibility is to keep it in check, to caution and warn our people of free violence election. There are two scenarios involved. In any race one participates in, you either win it or you lose it. And those that are contesting, they must also have it in the back of their mind. They will either win it, they will lose it. And there's nothing we will not know until the real process unfold and votes are counted. I've said that this sort of a crowd exhibition contest that they involve in, which you are promulgated in this place. Oh, we're going to do one round. I'm surprised today, 6 days, for you to come walk back your thing here, and you want to act like a good guy here, telling people thank you. And when people win election, you're not telling people, but that's ridiculous. That's hypocrisy. When people lose the election, they must accept the result of the elections. No one people that even wear your t-shirt, your face cap, there's nothing that guarantees when they hold that ballot that they're going to vote for you. Things happen. People can be changed anytime. So we need to make them to understand this sort of fantasy war that they get themselves in, the Unity Party, the CDC, the ANC, everybody, you ask them, oh, we'll win. But when you ask them how they're going to win, they are not even telling you exactly. No party can come out to say, this county, look at the 4 or 5 battlegrounds. These counties are in our column based on the XYZ work they have done. Nothing. All their party chairmen, they base all in Morovia. They only travel when the standard bearer travel. That's how you think that I guarantee you. People are bold. People are adult. People don't have work to do. You know what my friend told me the other day I was in Liberia? He said every Sunday he makes sure he get his runs going, either funeral or wedding. Guess what? Because at least if no funeral, there will be a wedding. And when he goes there, he almost get like a whole week full. So people coming to your rally or saying they're standing to watch what is happening, it shouldn't guarantee your win into elections. We need to denounce this sort of thing. And the other, you see one other group, we already win it. We don't win it, they will not do this. And that's why the Election Commission was right on that part. You're talking about people going to cheat, other people going to do this. So are you saying if you don't win, any other person wins it, then it means it's not it's a fraudulent process? Absolutely not. I don't agree with that. So our job, 6 days to go now. We need to caution. Need to hold on. I am doing the real job here tonight. It's your job you're supposed to do. That's what I'm doing for you. Because here you create a cloud. You are adding more insult to the whole conversation here to the audience, and they want to take it away, say this is what the liberals say. You know, so we need to make them to understand they are going into this race. People been wearing their red t-shirt, people been wearing their green t-shirt, rescue, fixer, this, that, and all of that. Nothing is guaranteed until those ballots are counted, and they must make sure they have their people present to these very precincts. So they can't say, if you don't say anybody that we're not responsible. If you can't bear the costs and the consequences that comes with election, if you lose it, you think somebody else going to do your count, it's up to you. So I don't have time for that.
Okay. Mr. So, let me repeat myself. Tonight, from now until the end of the election, I am not here to criticize. I'm not here to complain.
Why would you change overnight?
Mr.
You have criticized before. So why? No, let's get it right here. So were we not here from now to the says? Were we not here the word people putting foot in their mouth from you?
Mr. So why you want me to eat crow here tonight? I'm not about, like I said, let me just explain to you. I'm not here to fight with anybody tonight. CDC and myself, we're good friends right now. I'm not here
Why?
to,
Why now?
because the election
You
is
need to
about
come
ready.
clean and be honest with your audience. You've been
I am
fighting
telling
all
the
along. So
audience
why you
this
surrender? Why you all of a sudden you
because
surrender?
I'm smoking peace pipe with everybody. I'm not here to make any kinds of confusion here tonight.
Who is everybody?
You, Mr. Judge, Mr. Mallett.
No. You must say we not smoke
Okay,
no cigarette
sedition,
before peace.
mini sedition, I number 9, Walter Carter. I'm not fighting with anybody here until the election is over. All I'm saying, and I will continue to say, is to say to the Liberian people, thank you, plenty. Because of you, the future of Liberia is in your hands. And if you do it well, and you go out there and cast your vote, and the greedy people, they decide to fight among themselves, your job is done. God bless you. If these people will not give us the opportunity, I say I'm not going to fight with anybody, but I will still express myself. If these people will not give us the opportunity to live freely, to be able to do whatever it is we want to do in our own country, the people are going to be fighting among themselves. The voters, the voters, you have done, Mr. So, hey man, I don't want to fight you now. You keep pushing it, but I will not fight with you. You can push it for another judgment day. I will not fight with you.
It's not fighting. We haven't come. It's national country. It's not about me. It's not about Mali. It's about the country.
Okay.
So you will not fight tonight.
Yeah.
Will you then also stop the tone that your party that you support going to win the election, because there's no evidence that suggests that they're going to win.
Mr. So I don't know these people. I only admire Ambassador
So then why you talk for them?
Because I admire Ambassador. I'm not talking for them. I admire Ambassador Baka, and I'm just expressing my own feeling, what I think, who I believe. But that's not the issue tonight. Don't make me to start using. I know exactly what you. So I say that then you catch me. You see that now, but you can't catch me tonight. Tonight the liberal is peaceful.
So, okay, yeah, all right. We'll see. We'll see how long is on an interim basis or there's a long-term. But Mali did mention something, and we kind of talked about it. I don't know what the liberal. You had a chance to listen to the Ministry of Justice briefing yesterday.
I read it, and I'm not too pleased about it.
I went through the script, but I also listened to the audio. That was really ridiculous. And this is where they always make people to have a sort of doubt in them.
Right.
Now, for God's sake, we know, and they should learn, and they are smart people.
I don't mean to interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt, Mr. So, but I was very surprised at the minister, because this is usually not his style. He usually do not come across like that. He seemed in all of the security apparatus and their engagement with Liberian people, he always seemed to be the bigger man in the room. But for some reason this time around, I don't know why, what really happened that he but I'm a little bit surprised.
You missed the mark, because you're liberal too, so you're far from today's reality. It's necessary he faces the microphone like he did. But what I didn't see happen, in my opinion, and I know other people observed that, we all know when things happened, the first phase of it, you talk. But with this one, we saw a video coming, a lot of different video came out. Other party, depending which side you talk to, other people have information, and there was some hidden information. And I talked because one of the guys there, I was texting to make sure that they asked that sort of question. They didn't I didn't get no takeaway. They didn't tell us as to whether there was any persons of interest. And in as much as 1 or 2 days, allegedly someone was murdered. That was a serious concern within less than 2 weeks to an election. So he coming out to address a press conference, that was a good thing. But there was some sort of weaknesses on the part, because by this time they should have somebody to talk to. And I listened to him well from start to finish. Everybody, we still talking, we're waiting for this, that. Come on. Something, you have joint security on ground, and this thing happened. So what were the security, what were the things that you gathered? You didn't tell anything. I saw some other foreign, I believe some Americans or other people, they sit down, or maybe election observer, whatever the case. I didn't see them introducing it, they sitting there. And you just gave a sort of vague, open-ended press conference without us, with how you telling the Liberian people, well, for now, we have 1 or 2 persons in our custody that we are talking to, and we hope. Nothing like that happened. Nothing like that. And the conference went on. There was a lady too that asked a question regarding because there's some sort of connection here, connection in terms of people are skeptical with this whole election here. What could be the outcome? There could be potential violence coming from some of these politicians that are taking part. Whether they don't win the election, there will be no Liberia. We saw at the end of the day, there's something somehow coming to that way, which we can connect. We don't have enough evidence. And we're even asking about those arms. You say FBI is still doing the investigation. You're waiting. FBI is doing the investigations based on how they left from this place here. You, as a Minister of Justice, Attorney General, what your own investigation has proven, and you can't say anything. So you're waiting. If they sit on there for the next 2-3 years with many cases they have here, then are you telling us we don't know anything about it? But this is also part of our colleagues who are not brave enough to push to hold these people accountable. So they ask these kind of questions, they leave it hanging, no answers, no follow-up, and then everybody goes their way. Okay. I think that conference, it was a waste of time.
Let me go to Mali. I think Mali wanted to expand on that. He gave us introduction on this particular subject. But for what I am going to be doing tonight, so stay out of it completely. Because I do not want to offer an opinion right now because I'm in a peaceful mood this evening. So I will let you guys, and whatever you're saying is very truthful. I believe in it, but I just want to hold myself to that engagement as I started earlier. Malik, go ahead. What you say you wanted to expand on it here later on. So you care to expand on your introductory part of it now?
Yes. Just to add to what Mr. Soaf said, no one against this government. We are against the output of this government. Nobody is against you. We are personally. Even when we factor in the election. No, I don't think our election has reached that malice level where we become real enemy. And if it doesn't happen, then we'll go back to the bush. I don't think we've gone to that level right now. We are against the output or the activity of this leadership. And the justice minister play a very key role in Liberia. Okay. But if the justice minister, the kind of press conference I saw him giving, with people with their life being lost in that place there, I was taken aback. Is it because one of the sedition play a key role in this thing? That is the Tomo Fala guy, for which, because from what I see, from the expression and the teleconference that Tomo Fala gave, Tomo Fala is supposed to be called by the Joint Security for questioning. Yes. For questioning.
But I don't think it should be only Fala alone.
See?
And yeah,
no. When I say that's the only press conference that I read, I don't know whether there are other press conferences from the UP camp.
Yeah, Ambassador Brecker had and I hate to do this, but I will do it. The Liberal says, since he said he's going to be at peace, we'll hold fire and see how far that ceasefire ends. But the reason I'm saying that, Mali, is that there was a video that also displayed a gentleman who claimed and who said he's one of the militants, 800 militants of the opposition to Unity Party people that were in Lofa. That is a concern to me as a Liberian. So there was a conference held by Ambassador Brecker. Lazy media personnel that were there too, they didn't do their job, because that's something you need to ask him. Okay, who is the Unity Party aware of these 800 militants? He claimed that they were in Lofa. They were all uniform. We saw them, red t-shirt, red hairtie. The video, I got that video. If they are there, where are they from? Who facilitated their trip? Is the party national or local leaders, are they aware of them being there? And why were they going there for? Do they have another 600 or 200 or 300 militants elsewhere besides Lofa? These are questions that needs to be asked and answer must be provided. Because if not, how can 800 men, as like he said, claim to be a militant of a particular political party, a major political party that is involved in the process that they are going there? Is NEC aware that the militant are the one of the very parties other than they have their thing? And this is something that I found on this network here. And this liberal here was the one that said, oh, people need to do this and blah, blah, blah. They have it in South Africa, they have it in Ethiopia and all of that. You can look at me whatever way you want to look at me. And here we are today, 800 militants of a party that he claimed to support said their presence were in Lofa. Well, we now know as the result of that, we see what is happening now. So they need to also tell her, are they aware of those people? And if they are aware, he said the party that facilitated their trip to Lofa, or are they based in Lofa? How long have they been there? Are there other militant presence in other counties that we do not know and we need to know? Somebody need to answer this question.
Yeah, but Mr. So I disagree with you a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree because if you say it's because of the medicine, therefore this happened, I think it is the investigation that will come up with the kind of thing. And I also agree with Mr. Toe. We discussed the medicine issue on this platform before. Let us not forget. Every single political party in Liberia that has got a medicine.
Right. And the minister said, look at that. And they asked that question. He said, nothing they did.
From CDC down. They all have got a medicine. I think this is the first time we are seeing probably a militant commander announcing the strength of his men. But the question now is, are the militants associated with the fracas in Vanjama? Only the investigation can tell us this. So there are a lot of clues on the ground. There are a lot of clues in this case for the justice minister to put his hands on. Thomas Fala is one. The militant head is two. These people, we don't know, they should be called in for questioning. Because it's based on the questioning, then we'll see whether we can charge people. But for now, they stand innocent for this thing. But what I was coming from here is this. Thomas Fala had a press conference as a key player of the Unity Party on this issue.
CDC.
I mean CDC, sorry, on this issue. Is there any other key player from the Unity Party to have press conference on this issue? I have not heard it. I have not seen it. Apart from the militant guy that talked. I'm talking about key ranking.
That's what I'm telling you. There was a press conference. They asked the
who had a press conference? I have not read
so
it. What did they say?
Okay, yeah. So then that's the interesting part. So probably you were hanging out with the liberal, you didn't know. In fact, when that thing happened, the first people that ran to media were what is his name? Amos Tuer and Mo Ali. And they gave their conference based
from Foya?
No, they got the news from Foya, and they were in Monrovia.
According to them, the information they got from Foya, meaning maybe they have their party officials there who provided the info. The conference that were here was not. Are you being?
No, I disagree with that. We're not talking about second-hand information. You can be sitting in Monrovia, you do your own assessment in Foya, then you have a press conference there. This is why I gave plus to Thomas Fala. Thomas Fala gave a press conference in Foya.
Because he was there.
So who is a Unity Party ranking officer that gave press conference in Foya? None.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It matters a lot because information can be filtered and it can be diluted.
There's also a channel of communication. And the reason Thomas Fowler gave that press conference, Thomas Fowler, remember, he's a sitting lawmaker, and all fingers were pointed at Thomas Fowler as one of the person or his compound or his yard, the one invaded the sort of conflicting information. So it was necessary to that he speak. Whether he's speaking the truth, that's a different conversation in itself, but it was right. Now, if you say the party secretary general and the party spokesperson speaking and knowing fully where their standard bearer was going there, meaning that they have emissary at that ground that were feeding them information. So they are the rightful people. So they're not some kind of person.
No, I disagree with that.
You don't want to reject that.
No, Ali cannot come and tell me about what happened in Foya.
But Mali,
I'm coming, liberal. Is there no key ranking officer in Foya for the Unity Party? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, Mali,
No,
I said
it's just a question. I
okay,
don't know.
let me say this here. I just want to throw this out there. Perhaps that will help ease your concern. I hope the Unity Party, even CDC, they have structure, and the fact that somebody who is on the ground has not been able to talk, perhaps the structure of Unity Party does not allow that. The structure
No,
of
we
Unity
don't
Party.
know.
But
We
let me
don't know.
well,
No,
let me. I'm saying
we can't
perhaps.
make a kind
He's
of
talking from
assumption.
what he knows.
We don't know that whether they
Okay.
can allow it. In FOIA, there should be a
said
party there,
perhaps.
a chairman there,
So
a
no,
little
it's
hierarchy there.
Malice.
We don't know.
Okay.
Malice.
I'm
we
not in the
don't
mood
know.
tonight. I'm not fighting with anybody.
And I'm going
Yeah.
to fight with him because
Yeah,
Okay,
Mr.
you're
So,
mad.
we
I'm
don't
listening.
know. We cannot
he
make
wants
the
to replace you
conclusion.
on this network.
No, no, Mr. So, we don't know.
Say you
just
don't know. You don't know. I know.
What are your facts?
Uh-huh.
That there's no party.
You're
Harry
going
King,
on. I'm fighting
that
with
there are
anybody
no
here
unity
tonight.
How many of these
party.
parties? How many of them? When
No.
the process?
We are talking about the
Listen.
unity
I'm
party. No, don't
I'm
say how many of
monitor.
the party.
Yeah, no,
We are
listen. I'm
talking about
monitor.
what happened in FOIA. They don't have the unity party head office in FOIA there. They don't have a chairman there. They don't have a secretary there. They don't have
Having the
nothing there.
chairman there, it doesn't mean that the chairman can
No,
speak.
I'm
That's why
asking
you
you a
need to
question.
know.
I said they don't have it there.
You need to do your
I said,
homework and find
no,
out. I'm just only telling
told me
you.
say it's not there.
No, I didn't say that. I said perhaps. According to Unity Party.
You didn't use the word perhaps.
That's what I've been using throughout. I said perhaps.
Okay, anyway, that is my position. The parties, I show all political parties should have pocket of small.
Shoe?
Yes, of course, should have. Yes. Of course, they should have. You think on what basis they register them as a political party? You should have offices in the places.
If they have.
Okay. So what happened to the Unity Party if they have office there? Except they tell me they don't have office there.
How many offices? How many of the political institutions that you know from time to time?
But besides that, Mali,
or is it because of the election? Why are you talking about these interim offices they put there?
They should have, oh man. It should
people,
be
there. They're trying their best to force me out of there.
These are big parties. These are not children parties. These are big parties. They are established.
That's what I'm asking you. How many political parties that you know have standing office? I'm not talking about the interim.
I said they should have. I don't know.
But it's not there. So then why would you want to argue about it?
No, you can't tell me say it's not there. I said you prove it to me.
Okay.
Or we move on to different agenda.
Yeah, please.
Prove it to me.
You're trying to force the liberal out of the peaceful tonight.
No. Except Mr. So tell me, saying he said it's not there. You
but first of all, Jones, you seem to be disconnected with the whole conversation. For you to be in denial that the party spokesperson, the party secretary general, and you think and speak?
No, I disagree. I can't. I mean, those are second-hand information he received down there and come out with press conference. So you want to tell me that?
So what's about the information provided? So let me ask you now: do you validate the conference by the Minister of Justice?
What's that? Do
you validate the press conference by the Minister of Justice?
No.
Why?
Because you are not there.
Because you are not there.
I said no. No, not that he was not there.
But why?
Not that he was not there. He did not address the issue as he's supposed to address it.
We're not talking about that. So that's what I'm asking. So that means you.
No, but we can't equate this thing to the Minister of Justice. We're talking about political party offices in that place. That's what we're talking about. No, you cannot deviate from there.
What led to the press conference?
There is no political party, Unity political party office in FOIA. Give me the evidence. That's all I need. But I say,
if you are listening to Mo Ali, you are listening to
I listen to Mo Ali. I listen to Mo Ali. I didn't even take that thing
what their people told them from Lofa. For you to say you didn't listen to it, so that's why you
the people that told them
they were quoting their party official account. They know that's their side of the story.
Let me say this to Mali. Mali,
the party official could not have
Mali, can I say this to you? Mali,
is that how you're going to lead when you?
No, wait a minute. I'm asking you a question. Why that party official? What are they running an autocratic party operation down there?
Why if they get
Mali?
It's not a
No.
question of why.
Hold
Every
on.
institution
Let's get a
have
different
their own
topic.
structure.
That thing was
If
wrong.
the party say they get their spokesperson, anything surrounding that institution must be channeled. That's how it looks like.
So
This
who
is why
channeled the
people are
information
giving
to Mo
wrong
Ali?
information because
Who channeled the
everybody wants to
information to
speak.
Mo
That's not how
Ali?
it works.
So who channeled the information to Mo Ali from the party headquarters in
Now, what, you're
Foya?
not listening. I told you, they said they
Mhm.
were getting the information was provided from their party official account. Whether it's a true information, that's a different thing. The reason you have the government of Liberia as a spokesperson so that any information coming from any other places it will be coordinated.
No,
These
don't be
no,
bringing
that's
the
it. Hold on.
No,
But you're talking about because they have
don't
anything.
be bringing the government in this thing here. We're talking about party official in Foya.
What
Don't
is
limit ourselves there. We're
at
not
the end
going
of the
to.
day,
You're not going to be
what we're
taking me
talking about
around.
at the end of the day, they seem very party will become a governing party, correct?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know until it's proven.
All right, folks, give us a call, 916-533. What's on your other plate, Molly? Because like tonight,
Yeah,
I will text you tomorrow night.
Yeah, they're 14 teachers that is sent to Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had this story before. You know, when Liberia started on our third man, too many foreigners came into this country. They were even helping with the university, helping, the open door policy,
That what brought Jane Obi to Liberia.
Yeah, they brought a lot of professors in Liberia. It was a good idea. But here this is what that went wrong. When the people came, instead of we sending our people to get trained, we became complacent. So when the people left, there was a vacuum. There was a vacuum of professionalism, you see? And that I see the same trend coming again. Instead of we getting 14 people from Nigeria to come and help with the teaching business, this and that, why now we send some of our people, sending people who want to help? As the Nigerian government, can you improve the skill of my teachers? All right. Instead of pocket of thing, and we're calling it quality education according to Sony, is part of the promises they made to the Liberian people. So I found a serious problem with this. It's not helping our people because when they leave, the same problems still going to remain. Our teachers still not trained, and they're just helping, So now improve the skill of these people in Nigeria. Rather interesting to help us. Now talk to the government there and take about 500-600 people.
What do you know about the whole situation that is bringing these people in? What are some of the information you have in terms of negotiation with the government, between the government of Liberia and the government of Nigeria, that is bringing these people in? What are some of the information you gathered that perhaps you think their negotiation process was not done properly?
No. Don't get me wrong. I didn't say we're not done properly.
Okay.
I'm talking about the holistic approach to it.
Okay.
We don't need Nigerian teachers. We
But from what basis? What is it? Because in order for the Nigerian teacher
I just lay a premise here. I said when Topman was in power, he had an open door policy. Give me a chance now.
Okay.
We got to go to that premise. A whole lot of foreigners.
We have to?
Yes.
No,
a whole lot of foreigners came into Nigeria.
Anyway, I'm not fighting tonight.
You're interrupting me now.
Go ahead.
This is an intellectual platform. We got to get each other time to talk.
Okay, go ahead. But don't cancel it. I don't want to fight. Go ahead.
No. We got to be conversationalists on the platform.
Okay, all right. I agree. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. And so the open door policy brought a whole lot of foreigners into Liberia. And I appreciate that because a lot of people came to the university to help. And so it's like we had the system running and things were fine. Even the Doctorate College, it was even qualified one of the best in Liberia because the foreigners were there. Okay. It came a point the foreigner left. In 1980, almost all of them left. But during no period, we did not send our people to be trained. So when the people leave, we take from them. All right. So at the end of the day, it became a problem to get qualified people. It became a problem. Now I see the same thing repeating again. The Nigerian, they've been helping us from our war up to this time. Good. If you're sending people, I would want to believe if I was the educational minister, I will ask the Nigerian government, instead of sending people here to send them to Lofa.
Don't look now, but you're negotiating. You are negotiating now.
Listen. I said that was going to be my approach.
Yes.
Because their approach here, I don't know how far it's going to help. For me,
Okay.
it's not helpful.
But you're saying the fact that the government of Liberia, through because that's a negotiation process. Let us agree on that. And the fact that did not go through the process that you just lay out, which are, from your perspective, you were hoping that they will go and say, we want our people to be trained in Nigeria, and then they come back, which would then impact the educational system in Liberia, which I agree with. But my question to you is, what do you know about the negotiation that happened that brought these people in? What do you know about it?
So
From the New Dawn newspaper,
you found on them coming to Liberia
now,
or what?
according to the New Dawn newspaper, these people were asked to come to render voluntary services. In fact, they get a group in Nigeria, almost like a Peace Corps. Yes, according to them. So the government of Liberia asked whether people can come and help with our system. Right? In between there, I found problem with that negotiation.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's hold on now. Don't go that far. Hold on now,
Yeah.
man. Hold on now. Do you know what are the monetary involvement in terms of finances as to whether the Liberian government do not have the money or the Nigerian government is going to provide the money, and what do you know about those things?
No, that is not my concern.
That's not your concern.
No.
So then what,
your concern
my concern here is make a proposal. Nigeria.
So how do you know that those proposals?
Why if Nigeria and
After
Liberia do not have? Hold on now, Mali. You gotta listen to me now.
Oh,
why if?
No, Toys. I mean, Mr. So is coming from the background. I got to answer the two of y'all at the same time.
You really in a fighting mode tonight.
So Mali.
Yes, sir.
You are quoting second party, right? New Dawn.
Oh, he coming back.
I'm not quoting second party. I'm quoting a newspaper.
Yeah, that's a second party.
That's their job. Yeah, that's their job to tell us. Yes.
So do everything that the newspaper says, is that factual?
I can quote them. I don't know what is factual. I can quote them. The teachers are in Liberia. Yes.
Have you?
Their photos
are
here.
Say you have interest in this here. Have you made a follow-up to talk to the authority at the Ministry of Education as well?
I can only quote them from what is in the newspaper.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not the question I'm asking. I'm asking whether because you see it's not. And the thing about it, negotiation or arrangement, whether on the government, on the organizations, they are done in different forms, different phases, and are being skilled in different. I don't know all of the details yet. But sometimes in the first phase, they say, okay, this is what we can do. And perhaps we want to see how far that comes for negotiation or how far that process will be. It's like a test in the water.
Mr. Judge, you ready to put your thumb up?
That's what I'm asking.
No. Our educational system is very deplorable. Our educational system is down. It's rotting. So many things has gone with it. Is this the kind of approach you're going to bring again? Bringing teachers from Nigeria or other places to come and teach?
But what do you? That's what I'm asking you. I agree with you. But what are some besides what you read? Was there any specific process in the negotiation that perhaps you find to be flawed?
So
I'm not talking. No. I'm not talking about the flawed nature of this arrangement. I'm talking about the approach. I'm not concerned about money or agreement. That is not my issue there. My issue is the approach. Bringing 14 Nigerians to teach in this place here, that approach for me is wrong.
Okay, but let's look at it from the other side. Why if those 14 individuals or Nigerians that are coming to Liberia is monetarily beneficial to Liberia and to Nigeria itself? Why Nigeria does not have the money to train Liberians in Nigeria? Why Liberia does not have the money to send people to Nigeria to be trained? Wow. And this is the only cheaper way that they can make their contribution to the Liberian educational system. What's wrong? What you don't agree with that?
There's so much wrong with that. We have an educational system that is underwater.
Okay.
That the kind of approach you're going to bring as a government. The educational system is down. Not that we don't have the teachers. We need to improve the skills of our teachers. So as a government, the approach should have been.
Why if they don't have the money?
So yeah, is the thing here.
What you mean by CDC don't have the money?
Yeah,
Like
is the
CDC
thing
government
here.
don't have the money. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, what if they don't have the money?
No, it's not an issue of money. But
What you mean by what they don't have the money? To send teachers out for training? You don't have the money? You don't have the will. You don't have the will.
So let's be a little bit practical. Pa George, man, you look young tonight. You what?
I tell you,
that's the election haircut already, or what?
I'm telling you, I said Pa George is the election fever.
Let me say this. Let me have it to you all first, because is that how you want to start it? Start with me. I am a handsome man.
You
I am a handsome man.
You what?
Very good.
I am a handsome man.
Oh.
So yeah, Malice, I agree with you, but your approach here.
But of course, you're from Yaoundé, so other men from Yaoundé, they're all handsome anyway.
Samson Tour.
Yeah.
Liberal. You remember here, this is the same Malik Jones who called for capital punishment, who called for radical change and all of that. So everything he wants to be done in a radical way. So yeah, is the thing.
He said those are subjective ideas.
I come in. You're coming now. When I come back again, then say I should cease fire.
So the carry your own baby tonight. So yeah, is the thing. I agree. Not only the educational side, all of our institution needs to be revisited, restructured. But it's not just only about looking at the academic side of it. So the Liberal here is a what? He's a trained engineer. When they even ask him to do whatever design, that's that role, I think what best he can do for his own experience to make his case is to go on the ground and see for himself, to see how the soil look there, which road they are talking about. So the teachers coming probably is the first phase to see even the condition, the very teachers that they need to be trained, whether they are teaching people on a good atmosphere. And they can get a recommendation from there to say, hey, if you want to have good teachers here, you need to have some sort of an investment. They play the staying, the teaching facility, the institution. Right here now, there we go to you just press some kind of button, you see a whole bowl kind of, but people still using how do you call it? They can't even be it can be like a cloth. All of these, they are all hurdles into the learning process. So it's not just only sending your teacher. You send your teacher, they stay 10 years in America, and they come back and come under the same old roof without new structure, without modernizing or bringing up to standard the teaching material. It will still be the same problem. I don't know all of the details here, but they are going there. It's not bad, but we need to wait to see after that what next. What is the second phase of it? But you, like you said, you want a radical approach.
I will want to refer you to read the details in New Dawn newspaper, because the detail is there, and the one you just said, I think.
Then what I would do, I would also want to talk to the Minister of Education.
Hold on 1 minute.
The one you just said is a very good proposal, but that proposal is not reflected in what I'm reading here. What I'm reading here, additional more teachers supposed to come. It will even carry them up to 42. For me, that concept, the educational system has gone for a long time now. Why are we going in the era? I don't know.
Let me, Marley, let me take this caller. Caller, good evening, Samson to LIBERIA Public. What's your name? Where you're calling from? Mr. George will come to you immediately after the caller. Go ahead, caller. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Hello? Okay, hold on. Can you hear me? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I said this is Elvis calling from Minnesota.
Okay, Elvis, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, hello to you, hello to Pa George, and hello to Mr. Mali, Mr. So.
Who's going to win the election and why?
1 second, please. I just want to compliment Pa George. Our haircut is a nice haircut.
That why I rushed my question, because you will compliment Mr. George and not me. I don't want you supposed to compliment first.
I will not live by the wayside.
Well, let me say this. You know, I hope you guys are watching
We're not hearing you, though.
Jeremiah Cohn and James Bonnie and went to River G.
Patrol, we're not hearing this guy well.
I can hear him.
Our people are not stupid. Let's just say this. The man who made his mind, his pie, going back to the southeast to try to identify with the people when he as a crippled man, he says he's a killed man.
Hey, Evis, man. Evis, you're better than that.
No,
Let the man
no,
speak, Mr. Toll. Let the man speak.
the man come from Doble Can in Sano County. Pa is a people man. This is a fact.
Okay.
People tell me, people are saying that you can choose your mind, but who tried to pick? That's what people are saying. So Jeremiah Cohen is not considered a Guillaume because your mind is a Guillaume. So he says he's a Guillaume. So he going back to the southeast to make the case that he should go with Joseph Boyka, and he's wanted, he's from the southeast, as Jeremiah Cohen was trying to state now. When the people told him, the old man hasn't come there to see them. He has disrespected the people from that region, hasn't gone there to see them. Pick a man to go represent him as an emissary who put his mind to be a bar, take a man tribe instead of a father tribe. That's a disrespect to our culture. That's a disrespect to the people of the Southeast by Joseph Boyka and the folks. I said this on the show on Sunday. I would say again, you guys are smart. Mr. George, I think he disagreed with me the last time. But I would say, Mr. Toll, it's an election of second choices. And for a lot of people, the second choice is George. People can 6 years is a long time.
What's the first choice?
My first choice is President. Look, let me be honest with you today. Even though I always tend to hop on President Weah because I feel like it's going to be between him and Boyka. My first actual choice in these elections is Harry Moneyback. It's my actual first choice. But, people say, oh, for one principle, maybe he's not going to win.
So when that started,
I thought he had a legitimate chance.
I don't know.
I thought he was in.
Elvis.
He was in a position of coming.
Elvis.
Let him finish. You let him finish. You ask him. Go ahead.
Yes.
Elvis.
Moneyback is one for.
No, I don't think he can hear you.
I can hear him, but you
No.
can ask the question while
Yeah, and I will pass it on to him. Go ahead.
Yeah, Harry Moneyback will be one for the future because I think number one, we need a leader from the other side of the country. We need somebody from Lofa County.
Okay. Evans, let me connect this phone and then you call back and finish your statement because I want Mr. Soul, Mr. George, and Mr. Mali. I think they have questions for you as well. So let me connect it. Okay. Guys, let me try to connect this phone.
So why wasn't connected in the first place?
Mr. Soul.
Oh, yeah, you don't do your job.
Look at that.
Now when somebody suspend you now, they say they hate the old man.
Okay.
Well, am I lying? When he knows he's supposed to connect it, so all of us will interact, then you put it up.
But ain't I the country like that?
He take LPR issue and put it right on the country.
No, I know that everything people on their mind. There's something Evan was saying. It brings to bearing. I made 2 phone calls today.
Mm-hmm.
And if Ambassador Boyka, as it stands, anything decision can change. If he doesn't go to the southeast there, it would not be good.
Okay, caller, just hold on. Let me call Evans back, please. So let callers lower your monitor. Okay. Brigable, let me call Evans back and then you can call when Evans finished, please. Okay. Okay, so let me call Evans back. Hello?
You hear me, Mr. Toro?
Yeah, it's connected now. Go ahead with your tabata.
Oh, Tabata, I'm just being honest. Like I was saying, I think the people were shocked that I said Harry Moneyback is actually my first choice.
No, that's not it for you to. But anyway, go ahead, Mr. So you say you have a question.
Oh, for me to say Jeremiah Kume, my part, that Tabata.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Mr. So say he got a question for you.
Yeah, let me just why I finish with my statement because Mr. Tori.
Elvis, you not throw me in a state of confusion because I've listened to you. You are one of our regular callers here. Perhaps maybe my ear has not been washing to that, but I'm hearing today now announcing Dr. Moneyback as your first choice. That has not been your argument on this network. So a lot of the liberal is managing to initiate all of you. One day you're on the other side, another day. So who? I don't know. So, but
No,
you became,
no, but
you been speaking,
so let me clarify my
for the
statement.
president here.
Earlier.
So why were you want to be in two places at the same time?
No, let me clarify. What I said was, when it comes under no circumstances, well, there's one circumstance. If Joseph Boyka had picked another vice presidential candidate who wasn't attached to the hip with Prince Johnson, I wouldn't mind him being president. I know Joseph Boyka. He knows my family, especially my mom. His children grew up with my aunties, my mother, family. They know him very well. Know his wife, know all his children. So I don't have anything personal against Joseph Boyka. My absolute disdain for him is the vice presidential pick.
Absolute disdain. Wow, Elvis.
So I think I come and do a backing stuff here tonight because we
That
are
was
being
it.
so Elvis.
I can go with him.
Okay.
Elvis.
Yes.
Something too.
Yeah.
Let me insert here quickly. I'm going to be calling some good friends' names here tonight because this is a serious business. We all is our country. So Elvis is going to be the first person. Elvis, we will need a help from you. We are making massive preparation. I'm going to be calling some of our good follower here because it is all of us. This is we just sit down about it's a joint work here, and part of that is to help our team in Liberia. So we also, like every other network, going to be working that. But this network has a tradition since what 2004, way back. We started with this whole thing here when even yet there were no live stream, teleconference, this and that. But bottom line, please think about it. I'm going to put our cash out Zelle number that for Liberia Public Radio, Citizen Bank. We're going to be calling some good friends. Anything, God pour in your heart. Breakable is yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, honestly,
Let me
time
end my statement before I go, Mr.
for me important to me.
The reason I pick Moneybar is his education, his clear vision, he's well qualified, even more so than George Weah. George Weah is not my preferred choice, to be honest with you. But when it comes to Boyka and Weah, I have to go with Weah every day. And the reason why you see I keep advocating for President Weah is because I know it's going to be between him and Joseph Boyka. And I can't stomach the fact that he picked Jeremiah Kuhn. He could have picked Tawan Glongo. He could have picked any other reputable people from Nima County. I would have been okay with him being president. But not Prince Johnson coming close to the presidency. Honor my dead body why I ever support him. Even if he wins, fine. But I can't stomach supporting him. So for me, 2029, I may personally go to Liberia and actually campaign for Moneybar. I will be more involved in his campaign team if he runs 2029. I think he's the leader we need. He comes from the right region. I think it's time to switch the power paradigm in our country. People from Lofa are very smart. They've given a lot to the country. It's time to get a vibrant leader from there who will be more, of a servant.
But what's about right now? You got somebody from Lofa?
No. Joseph Boyka cannot be president. He's made too many bad decisions. And he's been too ineffective. And I think Moneybar, if he was in the position of Boyka, I would have definitely been on his campaign team, contributing my financial resources and my time to campaign for him.
Okay. We want you to contribute your financial resources to our cause right now.
Yes,
Let me
just.
I can do it.
Okay.
The cash app, I will cash app you right now as I'm talking. Once I get off the line, just watch your cash app. I'll cash app you something.
You're doing it with Mr. So, right?
Not for your Boyka. We're talking about.
Number when I look at the screen, I will see.
Mr. So put the number up now.
I come in with your number. You think I get time for that? Thank you, Amazon.
I have to leave it there. I have to go. Bye-bye.
And I know my friend Nettie will jump inside here right now. Let me put a number out here. This is a serious thing we're on here.
Okay. Mr. George, why he be putting the number up? Go ahead, make your point.
Yeah, this education thing, I think I'm in line with Mali. I have not seen the total.
But you're in line with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
One suggestion, why? Okay, if there's no money to send people to Nigeria for training, but why the government of Liberia cannot create that people can and train people in Liberia? 14 teachers for the one teacher, would that be enough? I don't know the length of time they will be there. I don't know.
See, that's one of the things I like about two of you. You don't even know all of the surrounding and the background.
Mali have been reading the thing from the people.
Yeah, from but you say he trusts the newspaper.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. But
No, don't misquote me. I say I'm quoting from the newspaper. And the newspaper, these are national newspaper. What they told there.
But you trust the newspaper?
Of course. These are national newspaper.
Yeah, and to go further, the same thing we're talking about our system. The government is responsible for our system being like this, where it is today.
What government? Since 19 we or just this government?
Hold on. You know why this Samson does this? That's why I tell you people. Because something was spoiled, 19 so you cannot make the attempt to fix it today. When you are there, you will say, "Oh, go back." I just asked you a question. Because that's a justification I gave for Liberia.
Evans, that's the number one.
They always say corruption was there before. So corruption was there when you come. What are you doing to fight it? Because it was there, so you remain there? No.
Okay, make a point.
So the Ellen Johnson government did not do anything. George Weah came, the same old problem. Now, why I say they are responsible? You got qualified and competent Liberians there in education. But you don't want to tap into these people's expertise to help you to set up a system. Our brother, son, nephew says it. Had gone to Liberia. In fact, he paid his own go he paid teacher to train teacher in Liberia. This man going to the Ministry of Education, approach them, how to develop a curriculum, free or charge that he will help. They don't want to do it. So who is scaling the system? Then you say, okay, that be here, they're bringing teachers from Nigeria. But the system, as Mary said, is not even set up. What is the model of training Liberia education today that we can point to compare to other countries? Where is it? It's not there. So you bring in the people, oh, they come to teach. Will that solve the problem? No. It's just a bang and reporting. It's not solving the problem. What I expect, if you want to solve the problem, put the expert together, let it come and look at Liberian educational policy and come up with a policy. Look, this is why the country now, this is the system we want to use.
Okay.
Then people in to teach or let it train people in Liberia. It's cheaper to train people in Liberia than to send people to Nigeria.
Mr. So, you got an announcement?
Oh yeah, now your Tabata, you're on there. Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to verify it. Yeah, Pajo, go. I was
okay. Now, this issue about Elvis, I will push back on you. If I decide to go and live in Maryland,
commissioner will not be easy.
If I decide to go to live in Maryland, and I say, hey, yeah, my mom came from Grandview or my pa came from Grandview, but I stay in Maryland. The law gave me the right to say that I'm a grown man now. And if I want to visit them, I can visit them. It's not that you must be there before you can say you're from there. No, it doesn't matter. All the people that are born in Mosorado today, and some of the parents come from way Maryland, Lofa, and today they say they are in Mosorado. They're from Mosorado. So if they are running here, you can say, yeah, but
hold on 1 minute, breakable,
you can call. I feel connecting it. Breakable,
you can call.
So you can say anything that for me it doesn't matter. Jeremiah Kuhn, if he's parking from Maryland and he marking from Nima and he settled in Nima, he identified Nima as his home. There's nothing wrong with that. But if he go there, he can say, hey, I got an origin from here. There's nothing wrong with that. So to say that Teron Gonglo, I didn't even know that Teron Gonglo came from Bon County until recently when he lost the campaign. When he went to a place, he was telling people that my mother from here. But all along, he's from Nima. Brandon Samoka, the same thing. His man from Nima. He said he's from Lofa. What can you do? He goes to Nima and says, hey, my man from here. Will you deprive him? No. So we should not be based on anything. It's where you decide to settle. And that's
my man from Nima.
Okay. So, and the issue here is, he talking about that region. Liberia should not be based on the kind of thing that, because you come from a region, so you person must come from there. No. I agree with that. Person is qualified, should run. But it should not be based on region.
Okay.
That's part of a vice president from the same region.
Thank you.
Let me from there. And Joseph Walker from the same county, vice president. So they have some leadership in Liberia. And it should not be based on that. It should be based on your qualification, what you can do for the country. That what I look at is now because the region. No, you can come from that region and you're a bad leader.
So let me ask you that before I take your caller. If I were to be successful, rich, and say I want to be president, like, bro, will you vote for me?
Oh, if your policy in line with mine, I can vote for you. But you gotta be in line.
What do you mean? But if I say I can do X, Y, and Z for LIBERIA, you're not vote for me?
No, I gotta see.
Okay, let me take Brigable.
Okay, yeah, Elvis. Okay, yeah, I think Elvis. Yeah, he did send. That's just trying to, because the both cash out and Zelle. I believe it's $80, right, Elvis? I know it came. I tried to.
Wow, Elvis, thank you.
What?
I said, Elvis, thank you. Brigable, what happened again? Brigable, you gone? Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, okay. All right. I see why I need to accept first.
Okay. All right, David, go ahead.
Mr. To, what happened? Why you want to talk? You taking me off? I would speak.
No, tonight one.
Annette?
Okay. Yeah, Annette. I'm Mr. So.
Oh, you see, you heard me calling. I was calling your name. You heard it, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Mr. To, did you talk to total people today? Your father house is okay?
Oh.
I greet everybody on the show, all the partners. I greet everybody.
Thank you. Tonight on the Libera here for friendship business. Everybody that finished smoking peace time with TV. Everybody.
They say the old man house okay.
Mr. George, they don't come bring old team buyers. Tonight on that social peace here. We smoking peace.
The guy I keep on the show and he said, "Oh, I'm talking about yeah, used to the show, yeah." But they say you're talking about that, I mean, it's not me.
All I want is that.
Watch this so you know.
I was thank you very much. I just accepted it.
Anyway, what I want to say here is what happened in Lofa County, Mr. 95-year-old Papa, he never came out to condemn what happened. The people of Lofa, Foya, they are citizens over there. They are your people. Regardless what they are Liberians. You never came out to say, I condemn what happened in Foya. No violence, no killing and stuff. We are brothers and sisters. We're not supposed to be doing that. According to, they say he's the what? Godfather of Soya or of Lofa, whatever they are. He's the president for them because of why his leadership will go. So, till you owe them Lofa people submit to you as their godfather, that whatever you are, uncle or whatever, the person that is part of you, though. What he's citizen, he is here, whatever he is a Liberian. He was a Liberian before he became whatever part or whatever he. So, Honorable Bwaka, if you cannot come out to say anything, you say my president is a bobo, he can talk according to y'all. But my president can talk, but talk with issue. He talk what he wants. But the one I'm bobo now, that coming out to rescue, Mr. Torre. You know, he's coming rescue Mr. Torre. He's supposed to say something, speak out. This someone their body laying over there. It was so ridiculous. I couldn't even watch it. I'm a mother. I can't even look at that. But he never keep out. The Nancy I heard Pazal was saying, and I drove, yeah. They come up, people you're talk for 15 times. You will never come back in that chair. I'm hurt as a mother. You're not coming back. You will never come back. I tell you today, not this date. It's not nice. Okay. I am a citizen, but if I had seen somebody do that in Grand Crew, trust me, I would speak the same way.
Thank you.
He's a Liberian. I'm not speaking as a pastor right now. I'm speaking as a Liberian. It hurt me. It hurt my heart. Oh my Bwaka, you didn't come up to say something? Say something to the lost, the people that lost their family. Tell the people no violence. We don't want this. Oh my Bwaka, you let me personally. Let me just say this is my last thing so I can go and watch the show. You will not be a president in that country will not take it today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. They can even bring you 2029 in a nursing home. We'll call you for the next year. I'll bring you. You will still not be president. Thank you for having me.
All right. Okay. We have a zero cash out going on right now, madam.
Netta will hit me up. You're not friendly with her. I'm friendly with her. So
I want to know before who, because I see you people collecting money around for people.
No, Nettie, this one is strictly LPR for our team members. We're going to be doing a live coverage.
Okay,
I mean, we've been doing it from time to
I
time.
will copy the cash out number and
Yeah, cash out, both cash out as well. Don't send it to the LIBERIA or the Unity Party man before you say.
No, I cannot.
But Netta is right, because Prince Johnson said even if Joseph Barker in the more they will vote for him.
Oh wow.
Mr. Joyce.
The Prince Johnson said it.
All right, I'm watching the show. I was
Thank you.
He said when the man, he said even if
All
the man
right,
died,
Breakable, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening.
Make it brief. Ambrose, please lower your stuff. Ambrose, please lower your stuff.
And I even start talking. I'm a minute brief. Please, I beg you. Let me talk a little bit.
You want
I think what my sister was saying. My sister, how will I condemn anything? You are a bad president. The woman who make you to be bad president. They insulted a woman on birthday. You don't come on and you say war. He bring power. So all those people are being with him.
Now your situation, but I don't need a flower business tonight. But now your situation that was insulting a woman.
So what were you doing now?
Oh, the Mo Ali, the party chairman. I can say who will be senator now. Well, where in the party headquarters? In the party headquarters, they call the woman right there. They read press conference.
What's on your mind? What's on your Breakable? What's on your mind?
I just say something. I don't want to what my sister is saying.
Okay, go ahead.
The old men all came out and condemn it. So what my man today is they pull that just came out about election in Mosovado. With the protest and better politics, the opposition may play, the president, the citizens so in the league. And the one welcome of the president all over the country, all over the counties, the president receive it with all the negative comments, all the politics, they push it. The president so overwhelming in all this country. Look at what happened today in Maryland. A man who lived with the president, for 5 years, the president making to be senator. He went to Maryland and started going against the president. Look at what the president did, and look at what the president did.
So what happened in Maryland?
He poured water. You see what?
What happened in Maryland?
You saw people are kicking outside? The president outside out of 1 o'clock to 12. The people
Breakable.
Yeah.
So the people coming outside, should we equip that with somebody winning election? Because ANC say there are people come outside, Unity Party people come outside, Moriba people come outside.
I mean, I'm not talking about ANC. ANC my brother. I don't know more on it. Please. No can break confusion with ANC myself. Please. If we are on our fee, ABC no matter on the fee. Please don't break confusion.
Wow.
So they don't bring no confusion with ANC myself. The only thing is that only carpet drying is on the ground. Please don't bring no confusion with us.
Okay.
No. The president now wants to be in love. The people believe in the president. They both see the reality. They both see the thing. No, when a man is shocking, you can see how the people smiling. When somebody is deceiving you, you'll see the smiling. I told you I did you most psychologist. I don't know about you. So when you're talking, I know who you are. And also, when I see your expression, I see your face, I know how dare you are. Whether you should see or not to see, I know. So when you see people,
but when you compare the faces, Ambassador Baka and President, we have who you think is sincere, who can steal?
President, we are sincere. The Baka, they are desperate.
Okay.
They are desperate. They only there just because they want to see power. Okay. You are saying, look, can you imagine? How will you tell your Senate bearer to say, don't go this way, don't go nowhere, just say that I'll be campaigning for you? Do you think the voice is here? The man goes back, Senators go all around the country.
Right,
But
okay.
you want to go a few candidates you think you can go to.
Okay, let me take it.
Other one with the people.
Like I said, UPOC edition, UPO myself smoking
So-
peace pie right now. Let me go to go ahead. You want to talk to Brigable? Go ahead, Mr. So.
Yeah, no, that definitely I want to talk
Go ahead.
about. But
Go
fair
ahead.
to mention, during the press conference, Ambassador Boyka, when they went out on him, he denounced what happens. Maybe they didn't sort of kind of amplify it, but he did denounce that though of the incident. But I just received a donation from
You know, he said it was not condemning. You know, condemning.
Hold on, Brigable. Go ahead, Mr. So.
But I want to go to Temple of Justice for that. So one of our long time follower, and I hope, sometimes we're doing these things, people watch, you would never know until something, it pops out. Just through this here, Dr. Gono, I believe you remember that name. Been away for quite a while now, but he just sent his contribution as well. To help, he's on a long time follower of the Liberal Public Radio, Dr. Clarence Gono. Thank you so much for that contribution. That $50 and then $80 came from Elvis. So
thank you, Brigable. We're looking forward to hearing from you too now.
Brigable, Aaron, they were saying, Brigable, I know I was typing. What?
No, I can't say them more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, let me go over to Ambrose, another sedition. Ambrose, go ahead.
Why are you calling the people? What do you mean by another sedition? You say you don't want me plow, but you actually make me plow.
I would take that any day. I'm proud. I would be proud to be a sedition, but I'm supposed to be performing.
Okay.
But, I see you try to defend. You try to defend Mr. Buckeye, but to be honest with you, you can tell honest conversation or fake conversation. Buckeye was saying, you never know what you're saying, and first of all,
how you know he didn't mean what he was saying? How you know that one?
When it was his words too.
Oh wow!
You make emphasis, Yeah, you can replay the tape and listen to his voice too.
But politicians apologize for something. They don't mean what they say, so they apologize, but the apology is not right. But so you can't just misconstrue that. Was nothing there.
He know what was up. Not for human content. If somebody died in total, if you are going to address that person from total, you can tell maybe it's a man what he's saying about the person that died in total. Not for politics aside. The matter of fact, somebody got mobbed and got mobbed and died. That's a different approach. You can put politics aside for that day and say, you know what, we don't need this and none of this should be happening in our country. Especially when you from Foya. That's your hometown, that's where you're from. Somebody died there and somebody got mobbed. That's how you address
it. Because you see now because you are not emotional or what?
Yeah, he's supposed to be emotional. Because that's an emotional
everybody
situation.
Everybody approaching from a different perspective.
George. I listen to every one of y'all when you're on this network. I can tell when you're passionate about something, when you're just lukewarm about something. We're not discussing anything. You see America, we all live in America. If something affects America for that day, we will put a politics aside and discuss that issue and speak to the issue. And that's what's supposed to happen in Abroad. We can't be all the good people.
I think Ambrose, you have a serious, maybe he has an emergency. So call back later then.
Yeah. No. Don't get me off. Don't get me off. Because let's be honest, when something happens in America, if somebody got killed, you see the president or you see the governor of people for that day, just for that 24 hours, the urgency or how it will get addressed. That's something that happened for you. That's how it's supposed to be handled. I hope if the president wins, if you fire Musa Dean, he shouldn't be there for inauguration.
But you're going after Joseph Boga. How did your president approach it?
Was
the president emotional, passionate about it?
Expressing? the very last time
Yeah, the address he gave him, was it emotional passion?
Yeah.
You sure?
My God, here you support a C person. Here you support a C person. And it will not need to be defending people. Yeah,
no. I don't come and ask you. It doesn't mean you myself supposed to say you say something. Then I cannot push that one. So push back. No.
No. I'm not saying you defend me or support me on my.
I'm just asking you.
But the problem, yes.
Okay.
All right.
After getting money coming in, so I need to.
Okay. All right, Ambrose. Thank you very much, folks. We're not taking any more calls, so let's go. Ambrose, thank you very much. We need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ambrose. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. I just received a contribution from one of our followers here. Many of others, Neti, just sent a contribution of $30. Look, on a serious note, we want to do it. Yeah, we really. This is a serious thing we own. We are working with other networks, pretty close to 20 reporters. LPR is like a national public radio. We don't have the money. Analysts here, I always squeeze themselves, all of us, and talk to you. And those people getting out there is not easy because we want them to get from point 1 to point 2, basically for us to see for ourselves. So whatever you're giving here, you're going to be used for that purpose. So honestly, and you're going to see, hopefully it goes well. So we really, really appreciate it. And that's going to be my focus moving forward onto that day. The chairman of the board of directors, Samson Brown Toll, you're going to lead this course. And you know what I mean when the chairman, Mali knows, Pajoy knows. So you don't know, chairman, every day, you so will suspend you.
I'm not chairman again.
Not chairman
again.
Eh?
I'm not chairman tonight.
So okay, they appoint new chairman. Let me see.
The chairman can't yet. I will appoint him not later on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we really want to thank you guys, and we're going to be doing this because it's all for our country.
Yeah. Let me also take the opportunity to say thanks to all of you guys that donated. Madam Davis, Nati, thank you very much. Evers, thank you very much. Doc, thank you very much. And those of you that are listening and perhaps have the means to contribute, what we're trying to do, as Mr. So stated, we're trying to see if we can pay the people, the reporters who's going to be helping us to bring us up to speed on what is happening in Liberia. Want to be able to make sure they get their transportation to go places and report from that. That's the intent of this. You guys know we don't come to you guys unless things are a little bit heavy for us. Usually we just come out here, whatever we have to do to get this network going, we do it by ourselves. But something like this here, we feel that it's necessary to come to you, and whatever you can help us with, we will appreciate it. So anyway, Mr. George, what's your closing? I want to close.
Well, I just wanted to thank you to the audience for the meaningful contribution. As Mr. So said, that because maybe other people, other network reporters maybe tip where our people cannot read, they will be there and they can find a report from there. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Well, look, this whole issue here about election, we continue to do our part to tell our brothers and sisters, our mom, father, about all these people that are in the race. Question them. Let they answer the tough question. But it's unfortunate that the people in Liberia, they are now holding these people up to the tax. They continue to let people to have their will, all the candidates to have their will. Because we that come in, we question these people. But they are there, they are the ones also supposed to question, because at the end of the day, they will be directly affected about what policy comes into play. So as you're asking in your intro, what are we doing? That's our power going to be. We come here, we say the thing, we say some of these things, and then let people to do the follow-up in Liberia as a leader. Where you want to take the country, how you want to do it, how you want to do this. And On the other note, Trevor Gonglo was really on your man today against Joseph Boakai. I don't know, something to he saw that tape. I posted it in the chat room. Trevor Gonglo came after Joe Boakai very high again today.
Usually they come after you when they know you're leading and
this
you're
is
winning.
what all along I have been seeing, because
When
this
you
is
what?
what they're supposed to question this man on. And the last night I posted a video, and I know something told don't want to. He saw that video, he didn't want to talk about it. But Joseph Boakai now arrest issue in Lofa County.
Yeah.
Fascinating story about Wendell McIntosh. I will ask the producer maybe Friday because the narrative that Samson told and many others in Liberia have been pushing is contrary to what this guy is saying. And I know the reason that the major, what we call mainstream radio in Liberia network, they don't want to carry it. I know it came from CDC because they had gone to CDC and they came up with this story. But we need to deeper into that story. And that Honorable Boakai, I know they don't respond, but let the people hear the story. They are just the other side of the story. Because we're talking about agriculture. And if that story is true, then how can this man fix agriculture? But I want to take the replay before I can come back no more.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But why are you rushing with him like that?
Mr. Soul. Mr. Soul, why are you going to be asking questions? Thank you, Mr. George.
He want me to open that can of worms tonight, so but I can't open it, so we close it.
Mali, go ahead, make it brief.
You see, he read with Malo. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk to now.
Well, I just want to add my voice to the payment mechanism and the procedure and the commitment. But I think the box start with the panelists, both present and past, and those who are on sabbatical, compulsory sabbatical.
Oh,
yes.
Claudia Sawyer.
And so they should take the initiative because this is about service.
Yeah, agree, 100%.
This is about service. And the panelists should understand the dynamics when it comes to service. And given what's happening in Liberia, our people now working, those who even working, they are even equivalent to those who are not even working. You see. So I think we should come midway to close the gap and get our boys a little bit happy, get some water to drink. And so I think the box start with the panelists.
Thank you.
And because I strongly believe that the panelists are the gospel carrier of this platform. And if you don't carry the gospel, nobody going to carry it for you. This is why Jesus did not just tell the 12 disciples, move on. He was heading that team. And the disciple did follow. So the hint to the wise is sufficient. So finally, I just want to say here that the notion that the only way I will lose the election if they cheat me, that's a dangerous notion. If we hold on to that, Liberia is going to be on fire. The only way I can win the election, the only way I will lose the election when they cheat me. That's a very dangerous notion. And I don't want us really play around that notion on this platform. Yes. Whosoever win, even though it will not be to our pleasure, it may not be our candidate. I mean, Liberia probably, assuming this man win, CDC win, and that next 6 years, we just got to live with it, gentlemen, for the sake of peace.
Thank you.
Especially when the winning is convincing. So I also coming from that background, try to put the thing under control, and the liberal were there, fire for fire. No, that particular issue there, it will add flame to our election. You win. Okay. If they beat you, just accept it gracefully and wait for the next 6 more years.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Soul. talk on the issue with the audience and the contribution, and that's it. I don't on my show. I don't want you to make
This
Mr.
dictatorial thing here. How far we
Mr.
want to carry this
So,
thing here again?
just speak on the issue as a board
You
chair.
hear him? Are you the Idi Amin for? You know they're not going to work on LPR here.
Mr. So, I'm running the show.
We don't seize people liberty here. This is why you guys. This what makes it dangerous for you to even get around state power. You're not even there yet. You there, just speak around it, and you seriously, the liberal progressive. Okay. Look, on a serious note, thank you guys so much, and to all our followers. You know, the beauty of this network is that the diversity on this network is glaring. People, they make their position known. They disclose themselves. Nobody is being playing any sycophants on this network here. Everybody, they have strong passion, but you can see we can argue, we can exchange. We don't get at people. It doesn't become personal. It's all because we want it done. And the reasons LPR here, we've been in this thing for what? Since 2011. And the head of the team, Mike Dunn, 13 years plus now we've been together. Good professional journalist, a lot of institutions. He does a lot of work for different people. But this young man strongly believes it's something that, you know, to volunteer. We're not paying our people, not on site. We're not paying anybody. We ourselves, and but Balana is for the country. 2017, I talked that with you. I think Samson, you read. There was a party, a major party that were playing in, and they were following us. They wanted to kind of like, I don't know, make a good offer. I told him, I don't have anything for him. And even other people wanted to use this network to be a soundbite. I like, you can get a promotional time, but it is not going to be a network to say, we just gonna say, yeah. That's not going to happen. No, we're going to ask you a question and they never agree and there's no how would they talk, so they walk away. And that's why it is. So we don't count on politicians' support. Friends, you people who want to give, they give, and I agree with Malit. They are preparing a little mini budget. The reason I'm not throwing in the chat room here because you want to give people an idea so they will know exactly why they are asking for something for. So it is why it is, but we will, you know, we'll keep doing this moving forward. We are making preparations. When I disclose everything, working with other networks to make sure. I think the disseminations of information is very vital. And there are so many outlets out there. You see the education thing we're talking about here, we're arguing on Mali. This should be the arguments of these people who wants to be president to tell us their educational agenda, agriculture, infrastructure, health. How much do they intend to invest into education to have quality education? Are we talking those things? No. Every time is any other network is always like this entertainment, and we just all live and we make these consequences.
Crowd. That's
now, and we come back tomorrow and say, oh, the people will elected, we don't do this. Yeah, how would they do it? Because this is why they like to go to entertainment place, because they don't want to be asked these sort of questions. But we will always have this sort of tough and rough conversation. Lebro, thank you so much. I don't know why you are looking at time. You want to go to bed now?
Mr. So, tonight, like I said, I'm not fighting with anybody. If you're done, please, you're welcome to make whatever statement you want to make. If you don't think you have enough time, please forgive me tonight. And but hopefully by Thursday we'll bring you back on, and you'll have the opportunity to express yourself freely as usual. Any of you, tonight is a beautiful night, and we want to keep it like that. Mr. George, you look handsome tonight, Mr. Mali, with your big English. They're so wonderful. You guys are so wonderful to us tonight.
Mr. So, I think we need to give the liberal his flower. You know, when we come on the platform, not just talking, but we also use our lenses to see certain things. And I want to really congratulate the liberal for two things on this platform. And I stand to be corrected, but I will defend it if there's fire for fire. He's time bound, and I respect that a whole lot. Two, he come on his show and open it with prayer, and I admire that a whole lot. And I just want to give him his flower tonight. Thank you.
Well, when the time bound when he want to run away.
Joy, you man, we can let go. You're taking your bye-bye.
Like I said, I'm not fighting with anybody.
Thank you for your compliment.
Thank you, Malice. Thank you for your recognizing those.
Who watched a footage from Ghana? I think I have to put that video in the chat room. Let me thank you so much. Look, I mean, Africa, I don't know. I will throw that video in the chat room. Maybe I'll try to play an essence of it tomorrow. You will answer. Or if you think Liberia is the worst country, listen to some of the things that are coming from neighboring countries.
I really don't see why the people in Ghana will complain, because we tried to hold Ghana up.
The demonstration that was there today, my goodness.
You know the highest in that country?
You didn't see that demonstration? Look, Ghana, if you don't take time, it's going to go down. I'm telling you, it was serious.
In Ghana, it's going to be fearful.
And if besides that, my daughter, I got a daughter living in Ghana. She even called me to send her money to buy food. The problem with the African country, when they experience stability for a long time, then they won't bring trouble now to honor my aid. That's what I noticed in Africa. That place has been stable
I thought Ghana was stable. I thought Ghana was stable.
Ghana is stable.
Ghana is stable.
But I mean,
politics heated.
But the guy is, I learned, I don't have the facts that this guy is taking Ghana in the wrong direction.
Yeah, right now is
I don't have the facts.
The economic situation in the country is very terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, the funny thing, you know, it reminds me about Liberia, you know, I know June 17, June 17, peace, my blah blah blah. This the minority leader of the parliament, the opposition, you know, stuff and other they carried a petition, right? They carried a petition to the central bank for the governor to receive it, and the governor went and sent the security downstairs to receive the petition.
To arrest the people?
No. He sent his security downstairs to
receive the petition.
To receive the petition. So the guys are
yes. So you can blame the governor in Liberia now. They send delegation to me. They can arrest you or kidnap you.
No, Ghana will not do that. Though that kid not a governor. He just decided.
Okay, folks.
We'll watch it tomorrow.
Let's continue with the conversation tomorrow night. Good night, Mr. George, Mr. Malik. Good night, Mr. So. Good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Again, folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight for watching. Specifically, those of you that did this contribution tonight is very, very vital, and it's very, very important to us. You guys are just a lifesaver here for us, and we appreciate it. Evers, again, thank you very much. Dr. Jones, thank you very much. Nadie Davis, thank you very much. And many of you that contribute that we say thank you. We really, really appreciate it, because these are things we come out here. Sometimes we joke and think that Mr. So has always made this platform here to be pretty much a community platform. And if you notice, sometimes when I come out here, Tabata, he comes out immediately and frown on it. He and I will go at it. But he's been sincere. He's saying, you know, why this is not a Unity Party platform. You can have the right to express yourself, but you have to be pretty much wise to the point that this does not consider something other than the community platform that is meant to be. And that's what it is. I want to thank all of you for your contribution. The mere fact that you come here to watch out night in, day out, it gives us the energy to come out here. All of you have things to do, not that you don't have anything to do, but whenever we open this platform, you're always there to watch. And that gives us more energy and more encouragement to continue to do what we're doing. Now, the reason why Mr. So is asking us to do whatever contribution we have to make here is to help our brothers and sisters in Liberia that are willing. I think you guys have seen Mr. Mike Down from time to time here will come out. And you know the data business in Liberia is not something small. So you'll come out here and spend maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or even an hour trying to give us update of what is happening in Liberia and as we speak. So those are the kinds of stuff that Mr. So is trying for us to continue with. specifically the upcoming election. He has already had people, he and Mike down there together to making arrangement how to send people here, and then those things require transportations, and they require even the man you're going to send at a specific polling station. Even if he has a bike, you have transportation, he's still going to have to find something to eat, buy some stationery and what have you to make some writing and things like that. So that's why we're coming to you. And that's why Mr. So is taking the lead to come to you guys. Usually we don't come to you for, here and there, unless it is very, very vital, which this is. I thought I'd just carry out on that. He'll be back again tomorrow to expand on it more. But I want to thank those of you that started the initial contribution here tonight. I hope many of you that are watching that are a member of the LPR family now, because we come out here, we laugh, and we engage, serious engagement, but at the same time, we recognize that we have respect for each other. This is your platform as well. With that, I will say thank you very much and good night. Please stay safe, pray for the country, pray for all of us. Let's pray for one another. Good night, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio.